3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Creality Falcon A1 laser cutter and engraver. I was in the market to get one because I think they can do a lot of really cool stuff and I do have a use for one. So first thing though, I did have a couple things. I wanted one that was enclosed because you can get them when they're not enclosed, and the reason for that was the fumes. When it cuts, it makes a lot of fumes, and the other thing is the laser. I don't want to have to be wearing goggles all the time when I'm using it. Now, I wanted it to be somewhat affordable and yet easy to use and good quality, demanding a lot of things I know. So I think I found the right one. Here's a shot of the side panel. You can see there is plugins for the air pump, the power, you can lock it, and there's even an adapter, or not an adapter, but a plugin for a rotary kit, and you have your USB on the side. There you have just your emergency start and stop button, and there is the exhaust on the back. So here is the air pump. It's actually very good quality. I was very, very impressed with it. It's heavy and it's got these isolation pads on the bottom. Then we have our adapter right here. It came with a calibration card for the laser, but you know what? I didn't use it, and it came with a thin piece of wood that you could engrave or do whatever you want to do with it. Here is the exhaust port adapter, I guess. It looks sort of like something you'd hook up from your dryer. Very good quality. This thing here is a thickness block, and it's to set the depth or height of the laser for the material that you would be cutting. Here are the keys used to lock it if you wish to lock it. Then we have some general tools, and we have a band that will secure the exhaust port. And we also have a wiring harness for the rotary kit and the USB for our computer, and we even get a fancy little brush. Now, if we look at the manual, it's got quite a thick manual, but to be honest, I never really used it. Now, what is not included, but I do suggest people at least consider buying, is this honeycomb table. It cost me $75. That was on Amazon.ca. So for those of you in the US, it'll be quite a bit cheaper because our Canadian pesos just aren't worth too much. And I found that it was really good when I was cutting, just because it elevates whatever you're cutting right off the table. And one of the reasons, I wanted this one opposed to the other ones that were slightly cheaper is this one, as you can see, has that piece of aluminum. That's that blue piece sort of underneath my hand. And then right here, we have these extenders if you want to lift the machine up a little bit. So anyway, let's put this aluminum in, and then we'll put our honeycomb working table in, just like so. And one of the best parts about any video is removing the plastic wrapper. So there you have it. I have it hooked up in my office, and you can see it is vented right there out the back to the window. So now let's put a little piece of leather in. Once again, I just ordered some leather off Amazon, and we're gonna do some test runs just to see exactly what it'll do. Now, like I said before, I didn't have to use this calibration card. It was calibrated fine, and I just didn't have any issues with it. Now, normally, materials that you buy can come with these cards here. You can see this one's for the wood, and it will set it to the wood. But as I'll show you on the computer, the setup is actually really easy. And once you get into the menu, you know what? You can just select what type of material that you're actually using. But you do have to download the Falcon design space right here. It is available for Windows or Mac, really doesn't matter. And setup was very, very easy. You can see here we have the A1. So I'm going to click on to the A1 right here, and then it'll take us to a YouTube video. But you know what? You have me here, so why do we have to watch this YouTube video? But if you buy one, you might want to watch that YouTube video. It's really up to you. So here is our workspace. You can see it's just doing some updating here. Now, I did do this at 8 times just because I didn't want this video to take forever. So if you're wondering how long it's taking, it's actually not taking that much extra time. But like I said, didn't want to waste time of the video. So now we can see here we are connected. There's our Falcon A1, our 10 watt, we are connected. So let's just do a little bit of a test here. So I noticed in the settings, we can have auto plan, we can have from where the, I guess the laser cutter head is. Here's our material. So I'm going into the menu here. So you can see there's the different types of plywood there, but we don't want plywood, we want leather. So we're gonna look at the side menu here, and we're gonna look at leather. So we're gonna click onto leather, and then it's going to pre-populate and give us some different types of leather, and it'll also give us some thicknesses and some size. And I believe for this test, I just chose non-standard. So let's see what it can do. Let's draw a shape. So we're gonna go into the main menu right here. Maybe let's look for a circle, and then we're just gonna sort of drag it into the middle, and we're just gonna see what it can do. So here we go. We're just gonna draw a circle like this. You can draw anything you want, and I'll show you later. You can actually import images. So there's actually a lot what you can do with it. Your imagination is really the only barrier. So if you got a great imagination, you can do a lot of stuff. Now here we cut a circle, and I'm gonna do it, not cut, engraved. And I'm gonna show you right again. There you go, that's real time. I did not speed up or slow that down. And then you have two little buttons right here, and you can adjust the laser head, and that will take you closer to the material or further away, whatever you want. And once again, that is real time. So I didn't speed or slow anything down. Now up in the top here, you can see here is your line engraving. You can slow it down, and then there is your power rating right there. And you can really slow it down or you can up it. For example, there's a little bit more power, and you can see how it cut right there. And now I'm gonna jack up the power, and I'm really gonna slow it down. And obviously this is way too slow for engraving, because you can see I'm just burning the leather. So the one thing I did like is it gives you a lot of control. So once you get good at it, obviously a lot better than me, you will be able to have a lot of control over whatever substrate or material that you're using. And here you can see we're just doing some engraving here. I said hello Falcon, and once again this is real time. I didn't slow down or speed this up at all, and you can see, you know what, it actually looks really good. Now for a picture here, I did speed it up. This is 20 times, but I wanted to show you the definition and just how good it looks. So there you go, 20 times speed. So it actually didn't take that long. Maybe it would have taken maybe half a minute in real time. But you can see there, it looks, you know, it looks good. Definition's good, and very, very, very accurate. Now, in terms of cutting, you can see here, there's drop down, there's line engraving, fill engraving, and line cutting. So we're gonna go to line cutting, and I wanna cut out a circle. So you can see there, I was sort of playing around. I'm just gonna make it a circle. I'm going to click start, and we should be able to cut it out, and we will generate a lot more smoke and smell. You'll be able to see once it starts cutting. Now this is real time, and keep in mind, this is one of the reasons why I wanted an enclosed laser engraver and cutter. You can see the camera picking up all this smoke. That would be in the house, but instead now, because of the ventilation system, and it's got a nice fan built into it, it's venting it all outside. So this way my house isn't smelling. So that was really, really important to me. And to be honest, it's a deal breaker for me, because if this laser cutter was not enclosed and did not have a venting system, to be honest, I would have never got it. So there you can see how nice the cut is. So it cut it out really nice, and no issues at all. So now here's a fun one. Let's do a GarageKing right here. This I imported. This is the symbol that goes on all of my videos, and we're gonna see how well I can do it. Now this one here, I'm going to speed up to 20 times, because I know you don't wanna stay here all day watching. And if you've been paying attention, you will notice we are actually engraving on the back side of the leather. So I just did this for a test just to see how it would look on the back side of the leather. And you know what? To be honest, it actually came out pretty decent. So what do I think of the Falcon A1 laser cutter and engraver? I really like it, because you know what? You're just limited by your imagination. Here I can do a little keychain. You can see my GarageKing is sort of offset there. It's not perfect. I mean, don't hold me to it that way. But you know, with practice, I can start creating a bunch of cool little things. I can promote my channel, and I can even try to make some automotive stuff. So that's one of the things that I really liked about this. I am a creative person, and you know what? It was just something different that I wanted to try. Anyway, that is it for the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. That's it for now. GarageKing over and out, and I hope to see you again.